So I'm here with Ecovent. I'm here with Kevin. I'm with Mohesh. We had I got great information. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Tell me about Ecovent real quick.
Ecovent started back in 2015. They're out of MIT, MIT Lincoln Labs, derived from MIT. And what it is, it's a system that controls the airflow from room to room. By controlling the airflow room to room, you can control the temperatures. And most houses, there's about 100 million houses in America, 90 million of them only have one thermostat. And as you know, whoever's watching right now, your upstairs is a different temperature than what your downstairs is. Your master room is a different temperature than what your child's room is. And really where the temperature is the best is where the actual thermostat sets. That's eliminated now. What this system does is it allows you, we go into every room and you put in a sensor and you put in the vents where your current registers are today, whether it be in the wall or the ceiling, or it could be on the floor. And then what happens is that our technology using your phone will control these vents opening and closing, and it will create a thermostat virtually for every single room that you have.
So that's the best part, is literally a thermostat in each room. Kevin always tells me, he says, Rob, yes, I love this because it's an exploded view of that's the outlet, sensor. Right? The wall outlet? Yeah, so, sensor, yeah. Yes, we all want a free t-shirt. I'll get into that in a second. But a thermostat in each room. So when you've stayed with me, or when you come to my house sometimes, or you used to before I got Ecovent, you'd see cardboard covering my vents because the back room's never used. Prin's only there on the weekends. And then we would have company come in, and I would take the cardboard from the spare bedroom and put it in the kitchen, because we weren't in the kitchen in the middle of the night, and just sort of move these cardboard pieces around to make sure that the rooms that were occupied had heat, because it gets cold up there, right? And I know we're in Boston. We're very excited to come up and visit these guys in Boston, but I'm sure you guys know what the cold is.
Yes,
right?
Very much. We're very frequent with Northeasterns. Yes.
And I cannot imagine that you still do that with all the cardboards kind.
Yeah.
Just imagine a perfect home. Wherever you move, your temperature is moving with you. Whatever temperature you feel like. Hey, that's a personalized
with the app.
With the app.
Right. So we've been Kevin and I've been on the road. We went to see Bob Krasny and a couple other dealers, and to show you guys this stuff is impressive. To see the rocket scientists, which Mahesh will tell us about in a minute, because when I talk about rocket scientists, I feel funny. But I downloaded the app after we spoke, and there is a demo mode. If you go to the App Store, go to your App Store, look for Ecovent. It's Ecovent. You'll download the app, and on the bottom right, I believe, it'll say demo mode. Just pop that open. I like it because it makes me feel like I have a bigger house than I really do. It's got like a man cave, an office, child's room, and all that stuff. But once you start really feeling how the app works, like you know how it's going to work in your house and how it's going to solve these problems of not having colder rooms. I mean, is the 15, 20 degree difference?
Yes.
Is normal?
That's
right?
Normal today. That's absolutely normal. 20 degree difference from upstairs to downstairs, from master room to the kids' room.
Yeah. And if you don't know about the 20 to 30 degree or 25 degree difference, your guests know about the 25 degree difference, because we've spent some time in somebody's house. I'm pointing to Christine behind the phone, where it's like, you cold? Like, yeah, and you don't want to say anything. Right? But that it exists. So what Kevin said before is interesting too, is because he said the smart thermostat. And I don't think they're stupid, but I think as we evolve, everything's getting really super intelligent. And what you guys done now is completely blows away those thermostats that say they're smart,
right?
Because you're actually not just making the one area in the home cooler or warmer. You're making all the rooms. Or you can shut off a room if you're not using it, like I don't.
Right. When you have a smart thermostat, yeah, they are smart to the extent that technically feasible as a smart. Mm-hmm. And they're smart because they're trying to manage the HVAC unit a little smarter than always.
Right.
But this system goes a sub-level. Imagine you have a smart thermostat, but it can never control air into its room. It can only control and manage the HVAC better. Mm-hmm. That's why they are smart. This system is even smarter giving you the personalized comfort that you need every room, because it's actually controlling the airflow into the room. So HVAC can control the airflow at the sitting on the back end, like whether it's a basement or an attic or somewhere. It can only control that how much air it can put it in,
Right.
but it can never go to each room and control. That's where we're looking at this one.
And it's like the light switch, right? You still have you have the smart thermostats that are out there today, and you have the temperature sensors throughout the house. But fundamentally, it's still like the light switch. When the HVAC goes on, it blasts air, and there's no control, there's no intelligence.
I'll tell you another one. Christine is in the bathroom blow drying her hair. Guess what the warmest room in the house is? Because it's right above the furnace. That bathroom has got to be like 80 degrees, and then she's in there blow drying her hair. I'm out in the kitchen and I'm cold, and she's like going out there and turning the heat down, and I'm waiting for her to go back in so I can turn the heat back up.
All about climate comfort.
It's a fight. It's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Really going to solve a lot of problems. I look forward to it. So with rocket scientists and MIT being thrown into the game, it starts off because a lot of people out there that don't have the details of HVAC, they think that once you start blocking off vents like I do in my home, that you're going to cause a fire. So I just want to touch base with you, Mahesh, on the MIT aspect and then the missile defense. And
so the way it started is people from Lockheed Martin, they worked in MIT Lincoln Labs. They realized, hey, they need to do something, and they used to build missile technology, very high precision technology, radar technology, very high precision. When you're sending a missile, it has to be very precise. It's like engineering marvel. They used to build the engineering marvel. They came down to say, hey, what can we do to build these equipments?
Right.
And it has to be very precise. So that's where this got built out. And when you look at those, when you have those systems in such a precision, there are three things which makes you most comfortable: the temperature, pressure, and humidity. Every time you look at comfort, body comfort, is these three things. Having a precise sensor everywhere that determines a sub-level sensor which gives you a high level of accuracy. What is the temperature, what's the pressure, what's the humidity in each room, that builds actually what the comfort means for any of us. So that they have mastered that and made sure that most of the time we are asked, hey, this is going to build a lot of back pressure to the HVAC, which is not true at all. The reason being, every vent has a pressure sensor which tells the master, the brain behind this. It communicates every vent, every room. It says, oh, this is my pressure. The brain decides when to open, how much to open. At no point of time your total openings are below 40%. What it means is, never it happened in the last few years, never ever happened that it has blown a HVAC system.
Right.
Because it can never. It will force open all the vents. The moment the brain senses a pressure is getting built up, everything will be open automatically. There is no way it can create that kind of damage to the HVAC system. That's the missile, that's the technology, the precision technology that they've designed.
so it won't compromise our HVAC system because, again, these guys are rocket scientists.
Yes.
And the other thing is that there are thermostat companies that are out there. I won't mention any names.
Right.
But those thermostats also have little nice sensors that are temperature sensors that they can put throughout the house. So you can read the temperatures throughout the different house, but you can't solve the problem. So the smart thermostat that's out on the market today is definitely an upgrade from the existing thermostat that you have, by all means. But in no way, shape, or form does that thermostat control the airflow. And by controlling the airflow, that's when you can make the temperatures level throughout the whole house and not the big discrepancy that's going on today.
One thing you said, and I just want to click back to that, was you said our bodies sense comfort 3 different ways, more than 3 different ways. Before, on the top, it was pressure, temperature, and humidity.
Yes.
Is this, and I'm just going to ask, does this know the pressure of the house as itself, or just the pressure of the vent?
No, it knows both.
It does.
Yes. This one has.
I'm glad I asked.
That's a great question.
This one goes into any zone or any room.
Right.
It goes every room. Imagine a virtual thermostat in every room. This is what it is. It has 2 temperatures, not only one, it has 2 temperature sensors, a pressure sensor and a humidity sensor. So that it knows what is my humidity in this room. But this one gives you, when the HVAC is running, your pressure tends to be high, and temperature depends on whether you are in summer or winter.
Right.
So this one is localized to each vent, but this is on a room by room basis. So it's very important for anybody of when you are sitting in a room like this, this one tells what is the comfort level.
This is because now you're telling me this is taking care of my equipment,
Yes.
and this is taking care of me.
Yes.
Right.
That's exactly right.
And then you guys do thermal mapping. Is that the right word? Of
Yes.
the home.
So what we do is, if you look at sensors everywhere, and it
You're
measures
taking all the sensors throughout the house that we installed.
Aggregated
the
together.
sensors in here,
Right.
that gives me a thermal map.
Mm-hmm.
What is a thermal gradient map is say, what is the temperature at the vent, what is the temperature at the room, and what is the temperature at the whole home level. That's where the thermal map gets created. Then the system knows which part of the home is very hot or which part of the home is very cold, and then it creates its balances. It balances out the airflow in such a way that it looks at your preference. When you look at the user doesn't have to worry anything. It's what is going on in the background. User is looking at the app, is saying, oh, on my kid's room, I need this temperature, on my room, this temperature, my living room, this temperature. That's all it's looking at.
Right.
But in fact, the comfort comes from these 3 factors. If your humidity is too high, you're not comfortable. If your pressure is getting built up, your body also needs, the skin is sensitive to the pressure. And the temperature, of course, you know.
So I'm learning so much now on this is not fair because now I have more questions I'm afraid to ask, but I'm going to ask them anyway.
Feel free.
So, listen, why I came up here is because of the comfort, right? Is because I'm not going to have that cold room in the back of my house anymore. I'm not going to have to move the cardboard, put the kitchen table or the kitchen chair or the plat. It's just, and it looks terrible, right? So now you're saying that this is actually a gateway into seeing how my home is thermally or some kind of like, I could literally,
throughout the day.
I could look at this thing that you sent me, I'll get the report, and I can say, wait a second, I could see that this area is constantly colder, like a front door,
Yeah.
and that's a draft, or the back room has is that going to give me that information?
Yes.
Yeah.
And on backhand, what we do, we have all the data to analyze. It goes even one step beyond that you can imagine. See, if you have consistent humidity, it has that ability inside brain to, have you heard of artificial intelligence, machine learning?
Mm-hmm.
So it learns itself. It creates an artificial intelligence of your home, and it knows whether your mold is there a possibility of getting a mold developed, or is there a possibility of your HVAC coil getting frozen? Is there a possibility of any hazard to the home? It automatically detects and tells us, hey, you need to find out, hey, this is the home which is likely to have mold, or this is the room, or this is the basement, you need a humidifier or a dehumidifier. So those are the intelligence which gets drawn from these 3 parameters, like temperature, pressure, and humidity.
I didn't expect to go down this road with you guys because I knew there was thermal mapping and I kind of skipped over it and we didn't talk about it off camera, but now that I'm really thinking about this and I want to talk about it because it's a great conversation to have because of the types of homes we're in. Okay, Long Island, the Hamptons, Westchester County, the wood floors, and this is just stuff that I'm going to ask now because So now we know there's humidity in the home, which leads to condensation, right?
Yes.
Which leads to water and wood floors, art, Persian rugs. Like we can now adjust the home and properly treat the home so that we have the best atmosphere for these kinds of things.
Absolutely. And wine cellars.
Wine cellar.
Yeah, absolutely. By
Wow.
all means. You know, humidity is a big deal in a wine cellar or a humidor.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go on this, but I think it's going to be beneficial for you guys to know as dealers or homeowners, which is another step. Not all of you are going to do that or understand it, but I'm going to be curious now to get that report from you guys and be like, the back room's always cold. Is it because I have a draft coming in, or is it because there's not an efficient enough air, an efficient amount of air coming through the duct? And you'll be able to tell me that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It will. On top of that, I'll give you an example. One of the customers' basement had only 2 vents, and the entire airflow, even if it is 100% airflow to that room,
Would never.
warm it up.
Mm-hmm.
So the intelligence we gathered on the back end from the data gave a clear indication. Go back and tell the customer that you need to build another vent, bring in more ductwork to do that. And she is so happy because he finally found a solution. Even with all these things, he needed another vent to be established. So it's just incredible because there's no other science which can tell you that.
Right. You know who else is happy? 150 neighbors that got the same house built at the same time, and they don't even know. And now because you guys solved the solution, we spoke about that. Whole neighborhoods, the HVAC company goes in there just like anything else in today's world. They bid the work out. It's an underperforming system, and shortcuts to get the bid, to get the job. And then the people move in and they find these cold spots, or they find cold basements.
Yeah.
And now to get that repaired, as you said, is $7,000 to $12,000
At the minimum.
at a minimum. And then we could do this. What's the average cost of an average house?
$3,000.
Thermostat in each room.
Yes.
Now you're giving me the global mapping. You can tell me where my problems are. You're not just putting a Band-Aid on it. You're gonna say, listen, we'll do this, it'll fix it. But you can probably save more money, Rob, if you reseal the back windows, if you seal the basement door or something like that. That's great information.
And the other thing is, if you leave on vacation, you forgot to, you know, your current thermostat today, you can't control it remotely. Now, if you're on vacation or an extended stay, you can control that temperature in your house away.
And I want you to download the app, as I told you, Ecovent. Go to the App Store, Ecovent, and hit the demo mode. You can probably ask us questions right now. If you guys have a question, sneak it in there. But how much do you save? What's the normal savings? Is there a percentage?
Usually 15 to 20% savings.
Right.
All people, though, they don't buy this system for energy savings. They buy this system to fix a problem that's been going on forever, ever since they moved into the house. So it's more of a comfort purchase. It's not a purchase that, hey, I want to lower 15 or 20% and I want a 2 or a 3 year ROI. It's not that at all.
This must be a Massachusetts thing, because I always think like, there's more. You know what I'm saying? Like the steak knives. What's the steak knives part of it? And the steak knives part of it is you're actually going to save some money.
Yeah,
now,
you will save some money, but that's not the reason why people purchase.
Daddy Warbucks over here, he doesn't worry about saving money. I kind of worry about it. So they're going to save you, or we're going to save you. You said 15 to 20. I heard 30.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the home.
I like to say 15 to 20, and then
Right.
if I give you 30% savings, you know
Right.
that's just over delivering.
No, and that's how they do it up here in Massachusetts. Always the truth. Always. And it's so different than some of the businesses out there. Really good stuff, guys. You're going to set up the scenes, which we spoke about, which is some cool scenes. Do you have a scene in your house?
Yeah. The scenes, just imagine a day in your life, what you do. You have set of standards during the weekdays and over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And even during the weekdays, suppose one day I work, one day from home. That day I have a scene which it says, okay, from this time to this time, my office room should be on this temperature. The rest of the home can be on a higher or lower temperature depending on a summer or a winter day, so that I can save enough energy and myself being comfortable.
Right.
So you have so many, there is no limit to how many scenes you can create when you're away, when you're home, when you're in vacation, when you're somewhere out. So you can create as many scenes as you want, and every scene you have all the rooms, you can have different temperatures. That's imagination. It's basically sky's the limit, what you can imagine.
No, absolutely. And so when you go to the App Store and you download the Ecovent app and you hit demo, you'll see some scenes in there already. I know you said this morning, really cool company. They stay home and do an office meeting in the morning, right?
Yes.
And then you don't have to be here until 10, 10:30?
Yeah, our boss doesn't want us driving in traffic.
Right. So your Friday morning scene probably lasts till 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Keep the office warm, the kitchen, but everything else is probably shut off.
Right, right.
It's hard to describe, but once you download the app and you look at those different scenes, I think there's a day scene, there's a night scene, there's a I work at home scene day, and it really breaks down those rooms, and everything is on the fly as well.
Vacation scene.
Vacation scene, and there's no monthly fee, because you never talk, we're not paying for this.
No.
Right.
It's a one-time fee, it gets installed, and then there's no maintenance fees, nothing like that afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that you would consider is as having an annual contract that would be that would replace your batteries every 9 to 12 months. That would be it, but that would be also an opportunity for you to get back in front of your customer.
Right. Or even as a homeowner, it's like you don't know if something's going to go wrong. If you have the guy coming out to check the batteries, he'll be out there to check the Wi-Fi, clean the exterior cameras, do what he's got to do.
We also know, Rob, if your batteries are dead, so we can
Right.
also notify.
Right. Which is awesome.
Right.
So it'll be a proactive initiative that you can call up and say, hey, listen, we're coming out next week. We need to change the batteries.
Right.
I mean, for all the benefits, I wouldn't even worry about changing the battery. The other thing I wanted to talk about was we will sign you up, right?
Yes.
So normally you guys have to go to the website. You have to sign up. I want to sign you guys up. Kevin's going to throw you guys a free t-shirt. Make a comment below. I have your email, I'm sure. If not, DM me your email, and I'm going to sign you up. And why don't you tell them what happens when they sign up?
So when you sign up, or when you sign them up, Rob, we have a partner page. Rob will. You need your company logo. You give us your company logo. Now the website becomes your website. Now it looks like you, and then we give you a link when you sign up with us. That will give the link to all of your clients and customers, whether you do it in a newsletter, you do it in a marketing blitz, whatever it might be. They push that link, they go to our website, and they think that it's your company. They fill out the survey. Once they fill out the survey comes to us, then we notify you, and you can either close the deal or the customer will actually buy the deal on the website themselves, and you'll automatically get credited for it. It'll be tagged to you.
So, Amazon, online sales, what kind of policies do you guys have?
We do not do business with Amazon. We don't allow our products on Amazon.
I knew that, but I wanted to rub it in. Guys, you're looking for opportunities. I don't have to tell you, I love my home theater. I'm going to stick with my home theater. But this is something that no one else is doing. And when I tell you in 6 months these guys are going to corner the market because of what's going on, it's a really good opportunity to get involved now, and there's no risk. Usually, listen, I don't want to sound like an infomercial, but I'm telling you right now, it's a great opportunity. One of the things that I've heard from some of you dealers is that you don't do HVAC, and my response to that is you put in a Nest thermostat, right? And this is it. This is all really what we're talking about. And one of the best words you came up with was disruption.
Yes. It's. You think of disruption, you think of Uber, right? You think of a taxi driver looking at an Uber driver going, oh, this is major disruption. This Uber driver has his own car. He's making his own profits versus the taxi guy who's driving somebody else's car. Disruption is coming in every industry, and it's here now in the HVAC industry. And what we mean by disruption is that we want you to have the health and wellness and the comfort in your house by investing $2,500 and us smart home guys being able to install it and not have any worry of the mechanical parts of the HVAC versus the van coming out to your house automatically charging you $150 to $300 because they rolled the wheels out there. and now they're going to come back at a different time and take a week or 2 weeks to do a large project. This is really disrupting the industry.
Mm-hmm. Again, I don't want to be infomercial, but it's a great. I think it's a great opportunity for these dealers. I really do. I mean, there's no investment. You don't have to buy any special tools. There's no demo
There's
kit.
90 million homes that have a problem.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll suggest watch the Ask the Old House
Yeah.
video. That gives you a complete picture of, as a homeowner or a dealer, what it takes to install it. Just a screwdriver,
Right.
and you just keep on installing.
All the
It's
key
not gonna-
questions get answered.
So it's that simple. But again, some people are gonna say, well, my homeowner's gonna. Your homeowner is not gonna do it. I could change the oil in my truck. I could do a lot of things. I don't do it, right?
Exactly.
You change your oil, and then you guys are gonna be able to offer the service contracts. You're gonna have to set up the app.
Just check us out. We have a promo going on right now that any of you dealers, you want to get into the system, we'll give you 50% off of it. You go out and try it, and we know that you'll like it. We've actually had no returns, which I think is phenomenal.
Rocket science,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Rocket science. Ecoventsystems.com.
Yes.
You better go to the tech reps first. TheTechReps.com. You can check it out over there. At the Tech Reps on all social media. How are you guys on social media? Can they follow you guys on any Instagram or
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right, go check out LinkedIn Ecosystems. Here, I'm going to put some videos, some comments. I'll put the website. That's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, great.
It's winter time, guys.
We are simple.
Finally, a product that's not a Me Too product. It's something you could do, a screwdriver. Get a 22-year-old kid, hire him, let him go over there. It's all app-based. Download the app right now. See how easy it is. I can't stress the opportunity for you to hire. Would you agree, 22-year-old kid?
Yes.
Yes.
Get him in the house.
Yes.
It's going to take 2 hours to have him program the scenes that the person wants. It's done deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
It changes somebody's life. We're all concerned about health and wellness.
All right, guys. Mahesh, thank you. Kevin, thank you. Happy Friday, guys. Have a great weekend. I am in Boston for the weekend and have a really good time. Hit me up on the bottom if you guys want to sign up. And thanks for watching. Ciao.
Thank you.